When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me.
Hey, it's Myrna Long Ellis. We're checking everybody in here for our 50-year class reunion. We're going to have a blast tonight. We're going to party like it's 1964.
Janice Demani McDonald, and I'm from Vaughan, Montana.
Ann Navarro Davis, and I live in Roseville, California.
Diane Hines-Ely, Andover, Massachusetts.
Connie Davis Holman, and I'm from Rockland, California. Vicki Otto Ellis, and I live in Turlock, California.
Now, ladies, I know you just got here. I want to know what's been going through your minds the last couple of days before coming here tonight. Would you say you were nervous? Were you worried you might not recognize people? What have you been thinking about?
I know I wouldn't recognize anyone, not without looking at their badges.
Are they recognizing you?
Yeah, wow, yeah.
We cheated. We looked at the yearbook. That helps a whole lot.
I brought my yearbook.
So I wasn't nervous, but I was excited.
Any old boyfriends you're hoping to see here?
Oh, no. My husband and I have been married 49 years, and we were 13 when we started going together, so he's the one and only.
Do you remember the very first time you ever kissed him?
Absolutely.
How old were you?
8th grade.
Did Mom know that? We had a luncheon yesterday with some friends, so we caught up and looked at yearbooks, and no, I'm not nervous, but I was worried. But I recognized Vicki right away, so.
Who were the friends you had lunch with?
Oh.
Carol.
I know, I just didn't want to say, maybe. Jan, Sue Bailey, Vivian Duff, Cheryl Lavin.
6 of us.
Yeah,
How
and
nice.
Carol Courtney, yeah.
And you picked up the bill?
Oh, well, we were at her house. Yes, we all, no. we're old and retired. We pay for our own.
I was excited to come and see friends that we haven't seen in a long time, and I thought about how blessed we are that we were able to come.
When's the last time you saw Diane?
The last reunion,
Yeah, 35
5 years ago.
No, 35 years
Oh,
ago.
30
yeah,
I
you
mean,
weren't here
15
last
years
time.
ago now.
15. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Thank you, God, that I'm still around to be able to come and being able to see people that, well, some of the girls that are here I've known since the 5th grade. And it's amazing, and being we're in Montana, you don't see them anymore, and so it was great to come back. And Connie's husband was in our wedding, and we've been married 48 years, and it's just great to be able to come back and see people.
Why'd you move to Montana?
To get out of California.
One more question. Tell me a couple things you've done over the years, looking back, that you're proud of today. Maybe your family, your career, any personal achievements. You can share with me 1 or 2 things.
We moved to Montana. We have a 1,200-acre ranch with 125 head of cows, and it's just my husband and I doing it. Keeps us young.
I'm proud of my 3 sons and their families, and I'm grateful that I have a nice career that I enjoy going to work each day.
My 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, and 2 grandchildren, and I'm a nurse practitioner, retired in pediatrics, and I'm proud of that.
What was your career, Ann?
Graphic arts, I do graphic design.
I made a decision to live my life for Jesus Christ.
When was that decision made?
It was quite a while ago, about 20 years ago. But in the last 10, I've really grown in my faith. That's what I'm most proud of.
Well, I'm most proud of my 2 children. I have 2 daughters.
Any grandkids?
Yes, we have 8.
Jim Bussey, Haines, Alaska.
And how long have you lived in Alaska?
25 years.
Tom Davis, live in Roseville, California.
Ron Collins, Castro Valley.
Ray Bridgman, Castro Valley.
Dale Briggs, Clovis, California. You guys couldn't go anywhere.
All right, guys, let's pretend for a second like it's 1964 on a Saturday night about 7 o'clock.
First of all, we wouldn't have our arms around each other.
Would you be getting ready? Would you be getting ready to go out with your buddies? Would you be taking a girl out on a date? Or would you be at home with your parents? Let's start with you, Dale.
I'd be taking my wife out.
Where would you take her?
The cheapest place I could find, actually. It was usually the way to go, yeah.
Do you remember the very first time you took her out?
Oh, crud. I don't remember well, we met doing Bye Bye Birdie backstage. That was kind of our first date. But
what did her parents think of you back then?
Oh, hated me till they died. It's true. It's absolutely.
How about you, Ray? Where would you be 7 o'clock Saturday night?
Either on the way to the movies or drive-in or out cruising.
Remember which drive-in you'd go to?
Probably the Hayward Motor Movies. It was the darkest.
What kind of car would you be in?
54 Chevy.
Probably with him and the wife in his Chevy, or in my Ford.
Who was your girlfriend in high school?
Same one I'm married to.
You remember your first date?
1962, Chabot Theater, Castro Valley.
Wow. Did you kiss her that night?
No.
Guy next to her did that.
Probably.
Yeah. I would be going to the drive-in, then the
pizza place right behind it for pizza afterwards.
Which pizza place, do you remember?
I'm trying to, it was by the driving range. There on East 14th Street.
What kind of car would you be in?
I would have been a 54 Ford.
I'd be cruising in my friend's Hearst. He owned Castro Valley Mortuary, and we cruised the strip, and not usually with bodies in the car, except us, but it was kind of fun, and we'd go to Pring's on East 14th Street.
I worked at Pring's.
How much did you make an hour?
I started $1.75, and I think I went to like $2.50.
That was a lot of money then, man.
Okay, guys, one more question. When you got out of high school, Jim, what did you want to do? Did you do as planned or something completely different than you ever thought?
Something different than I thought. I was going to go to law school, but I was going to get drafted, so I became a teacher.
Where'd you teach?
In the Central Valley and in Canada.
What's it take to be a great teacher? What do you think the secret is?
A lot of different things to be a great teacher, but you have to really, I think, have a love of students and trying to do your best and really be in it not for the money or the vacation, but to really try and help kids.
Do you have any kids of your own?
Oh, yeah. 2 of them. One graduated from Harvard Law, and the other one never finished 1 semester of college. So I had the extremes.
I wanted to go to college, go to engineering school, which I did, became a mechanical engineer.
And you did that your whole career?
Yeah, still doing it, still doing product design.
Family at all?
Yeah, my wife that I met in high school is a junior, and been married the whole time, and three boys.
One hobby today for fun?
Golf.
I went in the military and then became a sheet metal worker. Hobby was golf, but can't golf anymore, so.
Did you have any kids?
Two boys.
Well, I got out of high school and went to work, and I'm still working.
What kind of work do you do?
I have a body shop, auto body.
Ever work on any of your classmates' cars?
Yeah, I have.
All of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yours, Ron? Did you do a good job?
Yeah, he does. He don't. The guys that work there do.
Any kids, Ray?
Yes, 2.
What do you want to do out of high school?
What I want to do out of high school, I did a short foray in college, 2 semesters, and then got married. My final career that lasted the longest was I became a claims adjuster. Used to go into Ray's shop and wrestle around arguing on the floor about how expensive his estimate was. Did good work though, and did that for 43 years. Last 15 years doing fraud investigations.
Any kids?
2.
Okay, I'm Peggy Howard Jones, and I have 2 children, and from them I have 3 grandchildren, all boys, and I still live in Castro Valley in the house I grew up in, and I am retired.
What are you retired from?
Accounting.
Hi, I'm Sandy Martin Love, married, and no children, no grandchildren, lots of nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews. I worked at the Lawrence Livermore Lab for 35 years, and I've been retired for 10 years, and I live in Livermore.
What's one of your hobbies now that you're retired?
I like to do crafts, and I'm trying to refinish some furniture.
Hi, I'm Judy Souza Gialongo, and I live in Gardnerville, Nevada. Have 2 daughters and 5 grandchildren. We're retired and just enjoying life.
Retired from what?
Actually, the post office and the school district.
What's one of your hobbies today for fun?
Relaxing and going to new and different places.
I'm Betty Toniati Bassetti. I'm widowed. I have 3 children, and I have 3 grandchildren. I'm retired from Kaiser Permanente.
I'm Pamela Burr Wilson. I'm married, have 2 kids and 1 grandchild, and retired from too many things to mention. I've done everything and anything.
One more question. When you think back about how you were in high school, do you feel like your personality is any different today than it was in '64? Or do you think you're the same person as you were in high school? What would you say, Pam?
I think I'm a lot better now than I was then. I've learned a lot.
Yes, I'm more outgoing.
Well, Betty took it from me. I think I'm more outgoing and probably more talkative.
I'm also more outgoing and more patient with people.
I've always been outgoing, so.
Rick Searles, Loveland, Colorado.
And what are you doing these days, Rick?
Retired from Hewlett-Packard. And what we do now is travel the world. Since we've been married, we walked on all 7 continents, and I've had the opportunity to swim in all 7 seas.
Hi, Ward Habriel. I now live in Paradise, California. Beautiful God's country. It's where the largest gold nugget in California was discovered, 54 pounds. Yep, it's a great place to live. I got 2 great-grandsons. I know that's a little tight, but, you know, we got to love them, we got to appreciate them, and they've done a lot for us as well. So I worked in Alameda County. I was an environmental educator.
Dennis Park, live in San Ramon, California, married to Marcia Bentley. I have 5 children, 8 grandchildren, 1 great-grandchild, and I retired from being a machinist.
Yeah, Gary Glidden. I have 2 places. I have one in Modesto, I have one in Felton. Modesto's where I work out of. I'm an agricultural consultant, have been for years. I help growers grow walnuts and almonds. My business is still going, and I'm still doing it.
Any kids?
1 daughter.
Now, guys, when you think back about your days in high school, I want each of you to tell me one thing you remember about those years. Maybe about a car you drove, a teacher you had, a girl you dated. Tell me one story, Gary, about those high school days you still think about every now and then.
Glad to get out of it.
I always think about Mr. Korstead, our counselor.
Oh, sure.
And Mr. Polson, the art teacher.
Yeah. What'd you like about them?
They're both very gentle people.
Yeah. Well, I remember, let's see, Halloween junior year, I had a 46 Dodge. We ripped the roof off so that we could throw eggs all over the valley. Shame on us, but, and then right after that, I sold it for $50. I thought it came out ahead.
Did you get caught for doing that?
Only by other students who actually wish they had the car instead of me.
I enjoyed swimming and math and science. Never knew I'd be designing and building computers that hadn't been invented yet.
I'm Carol Pope. Biscacci was my maiden name. I have 2 children, 1 grandchild. I live in Lincoln. Oh, been married. I'll be married 48 years this month.
Oh, good for you.
What's it take to stay married for that long?
A lot of patience, a lot of work.
And did you have
I love my husband, so.
Did you have a career? Or?
I worked for the school district for many years.
Is your husband here tonight?
Yes, he is.
Hi, I'm Pat Robbie before. Now I'm Trish Nelson. And my husband's right over there. I have 4 kids and 9 grandchildren.
Woo!
We're retired. We live in Livermore, and we love it there. Administrative assistant at Camp Parks in Dublin, California. Remember that.
Good for you.
Barbara Nielsen, then and now. I live in San Francisco. I was married, and then I haven't been for a very long time. I run a law office. I have a law degree, and I work for Peace and Freedom on the national board.
Hi, I'm Carol Courtney Reagan. I've been married 45 years. I'm a retired realtor for 25 years, and I have 4 grandchildren, 3 children, and just starting to enjoy not working.
Judy Loomis Alexander, married for 49 years in October, have 2 sons, 2 granddaughters who are just the best in the world. Worked for Fresno Unified School District for 30 years, ended up retiring 8 years ago from classified management, teacher support system, and having a wonderful life.
Now, what's something you'd like to do over the next 5 or 10 years? Do you want to travel? Any new hobbies you'd like to start? Or do you just want to relax and take it easy? Let's start with you, Judy. Next 5, 10 years, what do you want to do?
I play golf every Monday, and I want to continue that. I have 2 Monday husbands, 3 girlfriends, or 5 some that we play with. My husband every Monday said, have a great day, and I do. The next 5 years, probably do a little traveling. I do Coronado a lot because I have family there, fortunately. Going to Washington, D.C. the end of this year, which is kind of on my bucket list. Watch my grandbabies grow.
That's right.
Carol?
Well, I have my 4 grandchildren, so I want to continue to watch them grow and be involved in their sports and do some traveling and get connected with old friends. That's really what I'd like to do.
Whose grandkids are cuter, yours or Judy's?
Mine?
Do you have boys or girls?
3 girls and a boy.
Well, I have the cutest girls. Are yours blonde or brunette? Brunette.
Blonde.
Oh, blonde.
Blonde.
Okay, I have the brunette side.
I love it. I'd like to continue working at Women's International League for Peace and Freedom and do some more work internationally if I ever get a chance to retire.
Hi, I really enjoy being retired. I watch my 3-year-old grandson, but I have a total of 9 grandkids, so that keeps me pretty busy.
Wow.
And they're pretty close by. My son, he's in the military. I don't see him that often. My other son is in Chico, and I see him. He just had a new baby girl. And then my other daughter lives in Discovery Bay, so everybody's pretty close around.
I already do a lot of traveling. We've been we've been retired for almost 10 years, and we've gone around the United States about 3 times. And we have a Down syndrome daughter who keeps us very busy. She's very outgoing, very high functioning, and just a love. God was really great when He blessed us with her.
What's her name?
Heidi.
Have you met
Loves
Heidi?
pink. She loves pink.
She's a princess.
We should see her room. Princess room.
Jeanette Masker,
And you live in?
Roseburg, Oregon.
Hi, I'm Pat Dodson-Boyce, and I live in Brentwood, California.
Hi, I'm Marla Johnson-Wire, and I live in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
And how long have you lived up there?
Since 1970.
I'm Carol Goodson Swanson, and we ranch in Hollister, California.
Kathy Gall-Liskey, and I live in Livermore, California.
Ladies, what kind of school activities were you involved in back at Castro Valley High School? Were you into music? Were you into sports? Were you into boys? Getting in trouble, Kathy?
Ooh. Cruising. Cruising is 14.
Whose car would you most likely be in?
Pat's.
Cruising rings a bell because we went down whatever street, turn around,
14th.
East 14th, turn around at Prings, go back the other way. Or if you wanted to go to a movie, you could go to the drive-in. And 3 girls would fit in the trunk.
That's right.
2 would pay, and we went to the wrong movie, went back through, got 6 girls money back, and went to the other one.
Cruising in my 57 Chevy convertible. So us girls always had the top down, and we were not boy chasers. The boys were girl chasers, so we were certainly stood out.
How did you get that car? Did your parents get it for you?
Yes, my parents got it for me. 57 white Chevy convertible.
So you were spoiled?
I was spoiled.
Just a bit.
What were you involved in during high school?
Not much, except for boys.
Were you kind of the leader?
Oh, yeah, leader of the pack. No, this girl right here, she's the leader of the pack.
Now, you said boys. Was there one boy in particular that you had a little crush on?
No, they were all cute.
Just share with me 1 or 2 things, Kathy, you've done that you're proud of today, looking back over the years.
My kids and opening a winery in Livermore.
Ooh. How many kids do you have?
2 and 3 stepkids.
What's the name of your winery?
El Sol.
My husband, he's given me a ranching life. It's a wonderful life. I have 2 wonderful sons, grandchildren. What else?
Would your husband do anything for you?
Everything. He gave me a beautiful Sistine pendant, and I couldn't find it this morning.
Uh-oh.
It was bad. But he doesn't care.
Meeting my husband and dating him on the first day of the day that Kennedy was assassinated, got married, and we've been married, celebrating our 49th wedding anniversary this year. 3 daughters, 5 grandsons.
So you were with each other when you heard the news?
Yes. As our first date, what do? There was nothing open, nothing to do, so you had to entertain each other.
Did you cry in school?
Oh, I bawled my eyes out. I'll never forget that day. Yes.
Well, I met my husband on East 14th Street, and we've been married for 49 years this month. And we have 2 beautiful children and 3 great, beautiful grandchildren, which the boys, I had 1 graduate last year, 1 this year, and 1 next year. So they're all ready to go off and start their new life.
Yeah, 2 kids.
Any grandchildren?
No, I wish I did.
Hi, Dennis Durr from Roseville, California.
Doug Pearson from Santa Cruz.
Alan Breeze from Huntington Beach. And David Alcorn from Gray Eagle, California.
And Lynn Masker from Roseburg, Oregon.
All right, guys. Tell me what you wanted to do when you got out of high school. Do you remember back in '64 what your plans were? Did you do as you thought, or did you end up doing something completely different than you ever thought you might do? Let's start with you, Lynn.
I was trying to avoid the draft.
Were you successful?
No, the first one I got from the Selective Service, I wrote on it deceased and put it back in the mailbox. It didn't work. Didn't work.
How about after that, what'd you do?
Oh, we moved to Oregon, and just went to work.
What kind of work?
I played with trucks for 40 years.
Did you ever get married?
Yeah, I married the gal I went to high school with, Jeanette Freston, and got married in 1966, and she's put up with me ever since.
Any kids?
I have 2 kids, a daughter and a son. One's 42, the other one's 41. So,
how about you, David? What did you want to do out of high school?
Well, I did exactly what I wanted to do. I went to art school. My father said, yeah, that's fine for an avocation, but what do you want to do for a living? Well, 50 years later, I'm still doing it. I design books for academic publishers now.
Have you been married?
I was married for a number of years, divorced, married again. 24 years with my present wife, and we have 6 children between us and 10 grandchildren, one of which, the oldest, is graduating from UC Berkeley tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I love it down there. I miss it.
Oh, well, let's see. Yeah, I did exactly what I thought I would. I went to a maritime academy and then worked on ships and became a ship captain.
And did you get married? Any kids?
I got married when I was 30, and I have a couple of kids. No grandchildren, but healthy, happy young adults.
Doug?
Yeah, hi. What did I want to do? I wanted to grow. When I graduated from high school, I was 5'4" and weighed 112 pounds. I grew 9 inches my first year. I graduated from college, became an environmental biologist, married, have 2 great boys.
What's one of your hobbies today?
I surf almost every day. There's surf and play tennis.
Sure. I went to high school and went to college at Cal State, and when I was going to be a teacher, didn't work out. Tried to get in the recreation department. I worked at a shipping company, and Alan worked the same ships that I worked at Sea Land Service. And I ended up being on the side that did a mobile disc jockey job for 20 years, and I loved it. I just stopped a few years ago. Wish I could do it again. My bod just fell, but fun days.
Who worked harder, you or Alan?
Oh, I'm sure Alan did.
Okay, one more question, guys. Is there anybody not here tonight from your class that you really missed? Can you think of any friends that did not make this reunion?
Well, I haven't had a chance to look around to all here yet, but there's quite a few that I miss. There's some of us that didn't survive the conflict. Thad Jessamine, our class, he passed away in Vietnam in 1968, May of 68. And, I really miss a lot of guys like that. So.
You think about them often?
Yes, matter of fact, I do.
One of my early childhood friends was a fellow by the name of Wayne Nelson. And Wayne and his wife, I think, Susan, are not here. They're, I think, in Cabo San Lucas tonight.
When's the last time you saw him?
At our 45th anniversary. Well, I've thought a lot about Don Holtorf. I haven't seen him, would love to see him. We were not really close, but we were friends from the time we were in grammar school.
So we can get started. I was neighbors. I really miss Roger Schmidt. He was my high school best friend. He was my college best friend. We were going into the military together, and he didn't make it. So I miss him big time. I think of him all the time. Roger Schmidt.
And one of my childhood friends, Dave Roy, we saw him last at the 25th reunion. We hung out together a lot. We were from 6 to 8, 10 years old through junior high, high school, and the whole works. We went to Clear Lake for a week and a half together, had a good time. I miss the guy. I don't know where he is. I haven't seen him for years. I wish he were here.
Hi, I'm Vicki Neville, CAFAS. Let's see, I have 2 children, 24 and 28. I won the award the 25th because I was pregnant at our 25th reunion. I remember that. I live in Ben Lomond, Santa Cruz County in the Monterey Bay. I have been a teacher forever. I'm now consulting for the state. I'm a coach, a teacher coach, and very happy and happily married.
Any teacher inspire you from high school to get into teaching?
You know, maybe Mrs. Butler. Yeah.
What'd she teach?
English, and she had us do these animated fantasy things where we would do definitions of words, and I remember that we got to act. So yeah, that was fun.
Janice Bebo, not married, still working as a dental hygienist. 2 sons, 29 and 34, no grandchildren, still hoping.
What's one of your hobbies today for fun? What do you do?
Gardening. Yeah.
And who's this handsome guy?
This handsome guy is Jeff Paranon.
Oh, my name is Jeff Paranon.
Jeff, when's the last time you were surrounded by 6 beautiful women?
I can't remember. It's been a long time.
Did you date any of these women in high school?
I wanted to.
What are you doing these days?
I'm a retired school teacher.
Where did you teach?
Where did I teach? I taught in San Leandro for 34 years, and I was a individual that started a program for kids that were near dropping out of school.
Did you have any kids of your own?
Yes, I do. I have 2. My daughter Amy and my son Jason, and they're married. And I don't have any grandkids.
I'm Christine Bylander Gavea. I am married to a classmate, Leigh Gavea. We've been married for 45 years. We have 2 sons and 2 beautiful granddaughters.
Hi, Myrna Long Ellis. I live in Tucson, Arizona now. I don't have any children. I don't have any grandchildren. My husband and I live in a beautiful, active adult resort community. In other words, a retirement community. Where we do all kinds of wonderful things. We golf, we line dance, I play cards. It's just a fabulous, wonderful retirement. I'm very blessed to be able to have it.
Are you going to line dance tonight?
Well, maybe. Depends if they put a song on, you know.
You were part of the committee for this reunion. How many people are here tonight?
There is a little bit over 160 people.
How long did it take you to put this together?
We started last June. Was our first kind of meeting, and then just over the months putting it all together. And
how many were on the committee?
There's 8 of us.
Guys and girls?
Nope.
All girls.
Just ladies.
Guys don't want to work. I was on it this year.
Jeff helped. Yes, he did. Jeff helped do the posters, but the most of the work was done by the ladies. Yeah.
Hi, Virginia Pritchett Prosser. I live in Paradise, California, which is up in the boondocks in the mountains above Chico. I became a grandmother 2 days ago for the 4th time. I have 2 beautiful daughters, 2 grandsons now, and 2 granddaughters. So I'm 2 up on you. And
what's one of your hobbies for fun?
Scrapbooking. I probably have 50 huge scrapbooks with pictures of my grandkids.
Hi, I'm Karen Thornton McGovern, and I currently live in Santa Cruz, and I'm still working 3 jobs, 2 children, a son, 41, Ryan, and a daughter, 37, Tara, and I have 3 grandchildren. And I'm very happy, and I'm so thrilled to see everybody here. It's awesome.
Who do you keep in touch with from your class?
Pretty much Kathy, Gall, Liskey, and Marcia, Bengard, Baker, pretty much are my contacts.
Well, there's a group of us, 8 of us, and we have a slumber party since we were 16 years old, we've been having this slumber party. And we get together once a year in Sacramento. And it's Myrna and Pat Dotson and Ann Navarro, Connie. There's just a whole group of us. And we have a lot of fun. Still party.
All right. We're going to have a lot of time tonight to catch up with people that we haven't seen since last year. And at the 49-year reunion, right? We're going to test your memory tonight. We're going to be asking you some questions. My name is Keith, by the way. I am the DJ. I have been DJing for 20 years, but I've also been teaching high school for 20 years. So, you know, I see these guys over here. I really want to give them attention because they will not take their seats. Are they the same guys that, you know, gave your teachers trouble back? I'm telling you. Go to the principal's office right now.
Hi, everybody. We're really glad you all came, and I'm going to make this short. Just like to thank all of you for coming. This is a really great turnout. We're really pleased with it. And thank you for coming. And I hope you all enjoy yourselves. Move around the room. Talk to people you may not have even known in high school. Get to know some new people. Hug someone. Be happy. That's what, Phil, that's what these pictures are for. So if you've been married for 40 or more years, just raise your hands. Wow, is that incredible? Awesome. Give yourselves a great big hand. Okay, what about 45 years or more? Still good. What about 48 years? Awesome. No, you have not been married to me for 48 years. The same person? The same person. Oh yeah, the same person. Okay, who has been married 49 years?
Next month.
This year. Till the end of this year.
49 years.
Okay, is there anybody that's going to be married 50 years this year?
I am, I'm sure.
Before they graduate from high school?
Yes. I was 12.
Hello, yes. They could have got married in December of 1964. Okay, well, I think that's really awesome.
I've been married to Castro Valley High School for 50 years.
All you wanted to know the ladies that did this. I'm going to have the committee come up here. All of you ladies. Pat, Judy, Jenny, Connie, Ann, Carol, Kathy. This is the group that has been doing these reunions since the 15. We started doing them in our 15-year reunion. So the first couple of ones we were not involved, and then we got involved. So this is the group. So tonight, give them a special hand because it's like planning a wedding. We started planning this last summer. And so we just now got, this is what it came to. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick couple of door prizes. So the person that sent in their money as fast as he could is Gary Townsend. So Gary, come up here because we have a little gift for you.
You might not make it.
When we start this thing, we have to guarantee this hotel X amount of dollars. So we're really nervous when in the beginning we don't start getting money in, because if we don't get the money, guess who gets to pay? The committee. Yeah. So we appreciate everybody that got their money in early so we could breathe a little easy. So we're giving you this wonderful Castro Valley High School Spartan baseball cap. Awesome. You're welcome. The person who came the farthest for this event tonight is Diane Hines, who came all the way from Andover, Maine. And I got the mileage from MapQuest, so I'm relying on that. There were several people. How many people came from out of state? On the Champagne. The person with the most grandchildren. Sharon Morjig. He didn't send in his. Okay. Well, there you go. Come on up. Mike. Come on. Perfect. Okay. Excellent. And Mike Cerny has 3 great-grandchildren. 13 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren.
I'm Kathy Slater, and I live in Castro Valley. I have 2 children, 3 grandchildren, and I do the accounting for a publishing company in San Francisco for 2 more years.
I'm Dale Wright. I'm a podiatrist. I live in Alameda, California. I'm married. I have 2 children, grandchild on the way, and I have a twin brother still. Hey, and he graduated, of course, Castro Valley High also. And I'm happy to be here. Yay, thanks.
I'm Joanne Struck-Dalton. I have 2 children. I have 6 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild. I live in Stockton, and I'm retired.
I'm George Nunes. I'm not retired. I'm working in construction still. I have 2 daughters. I have 2 grandchildren.
I'm Gail Willerton Boyd. I'm still working as a sales manager for environmental test manufacturing. I have 1 son who just took command of a battalion of the 82nd Airborne, and I have 1 grandchild.
Think of all the teachers, coaches, counselors back in high school. Is there one that stands on your mind that you still think about every now and then? Maybe a favorite, Gail?
Well, I guess Mrs. Jonas was our homeroom teacher. I think about her. I wonder where she is.
What'd you like about her?
Oh, she dared to be different.
I do remember Marjorie Jonas as well, and my track coach, Norm Guess, a great man.
Oh, Mr. Hughes, my counselor, he was always good to me and let me go to my cousin's wedding where I was a bridesmaid.
I remember Mr. Korstad because he was my core teacher. And what I remember about him, he's really tall, he was a good teacher, and he was a rock collector.
And I liked Mrs. Wallace and Mrs. Russell. They were drama and English, and they made it really lively, and they were young and pretty.
Aloha, I'm Sharon Schleiss, and I'm married for 11 years, and my married name is Sharon Schleiss.
And you live in?
I live in Ko'olina, Oahu, Hawaii.
Wow. Paul Weston, unmarried. What was the other?
And you're living in what town, Paul?
Walnut Creek.
Oh, I used to live there.
I live in Pioneer, California, up in the Gold Country. My name is Mary Lou Lane Mullen. And I'm not married, but I still have a married name.
And doing well. It's all her fault. We met at a party at her house in 1961.
We played Spin the Bottle.
We're still together. Married, coming up on 49 years.
And you're living in what town? Where do you live?
Fremont.
Hi, Carla Summers Sebastian, Fremont, California, with James, my husband of almost 49 years.
Now, what were you thinking about the last couple of days before coming here tonight? Were you worried you might not recognize people? Were you nervous? Anybody you wanted to see in particular? Let's start with you, Carla. What's been going through your mind the last couple of days?
I couldn't wait to see Mary Lou.
Did you recognize her right away?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have time to think about it much. I was just worried about what I was going to wear.
I'm happy.
I wanted to get my toenails painted the same color as my oldest friend in the world, Mary Lou. And we've known each other since we were 5th grade. 5th grade, yeah.
Would you say Mary Lou used to get you into trouble or out of trouble?
Into trouble.
Definitely.
One more question for you. When you got out of high school, what did you want to do? Did you do as you planned or something completely different than you ever thought you might do? Let's start with you, Carla. What did you want to do when you got out of high school?
I wanted to just work and earn a living, but James got drafted and spent 4 years in the Army. We lived in Germany for a little over 3 years. So that was a huge turn of events for us.
All I wanted to do was marry this girl.
What'd you do for a career?
A number of things, but mainly grocery, warehousing, until I became disabled, 1990.
Well, I thought I would be a teacher. My mom thought I was bossy enough to be a teacher, so I am a teacher, but I also raised 4 kids in the meantime, and so I'm still teaching instead of retired like all the rest of my friends.
Where do you teach?
Stockton, Lodi Unified, special day class.
Paul, what do you want to do out of high school?
Wanted to be a writer and die like Jack London at an early age. I failed.
What'd you do instead?
About a dozen different things, and but I found what I was looking for.
I wanted to have an adventure, and I wanted to fly. I now work for the Federal Aviation Administration.
I'm Susan Juzix McCullough, and I live in Reno, Nevada. But they need your maybe.
Judy Prophet Rhoda, Seattle, Washington.
I'll do it.
Taffy Bruin, Masunic, Morgan Hill.
Lynn Goddard, male. And what else?
Where do you live?
Oh, I live in Red Bluff.
Thank you.
Gail Zimmer Stallard, and I live in Brentwood.
Now, ladies, let's pretend like it's 1964 on a Saturday night about 8 o'clock. Would you be with a boy? Would you be with your friends? Or would you be at home with your parents?
Saturday night was the boy time. Friday night was the girls.
And who was the boyfriend in high school?
Oh.
Do you have a steady boyfriend?
There's a lot of them. Dave Patterson, probably.
Well, I would like to be out with the girls.
No.
There was like no particular night. And I've always been in love with Phil Todd.
Who were a couple of your good friends in high school?
Exactly. Phil Todd, Alan Glasser, Gail Zimmer, Susie, and I got a handshake over here. Oh my God, see?
Oh, is that Pat?
Hi, Pat.
Okay.
Where would you be, Tappy, Saturday night?
Probably out with the girls. I didn't really have a boyfriend in high school, but just out with the girls, hanging out and having fun. If I was out, I might be out in Susan Jusick's red little convertible, and we go down to East 14th. Cruise.
We'd be cruising the strip and going down to Prings. Yeah, that's what I'd be doing.
Action.
And going to the dance place over across from the Hayward Theater. I can't think the name of it.
Any personal achievements looking back over the years that you're proud of today?
It's probably my kids and my grandkids, and taking care of my grandkids when they needed it.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2, a son and a daughter.
Very proud of my kids, and we're from a rodeo family. So I have a bronc rider, and my daughter shows cutting horses, and I showed horses, and I think was my greatest accomplishment.
Did you almost wear a cowboy hat or cowgirl hat tonight?
Oh no.
Do you wear them though?
Well, yeah, when you show horses, you do.
Yes, you have to dress.
You got the code.
Yes, there is a part.
What are you proud of, Taffy?
My 2 sons, and I have 7 grandchildren and 1 bonus. And my late husband and I were married for 39 years. I have 2 daughters and 5 grandkids, and I'm a marriage and family therapist, and I've been in practice for 35 years, and I specialize in PTSD.
If you could give one piece of advice to a couple getting married, what would it be to make a marriage last 50 years? What's the secret?
Go to counseling before you get married, not after.
Go visit Judy at her counseling.
What are you proud of, Susan?
I've been married 48 years to Chuck McCullough. He's a graduate of 1962 at Castro Valley. And we have 2 children, a son and a daughter, and 4 grandchildren, 2 girls and 2 boys, and they're doing great.
That we made it 50 years.
That's right.
We're halfway to being antiques.
Marcia Baker Bengard. I'm married. I live in Reno. I've been married to the same man, Lee, for 49 years. I have 2 kids, 2 girls, and they're doing very well and very happy.
Retired from what?
Banquets.
What's one of your hobbies in Reno? What do you do for fun? Don't say gamble.
Oh, okay. All right. One of my hobbies is going to Gray Eagle. I love going up there. Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful area.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Etchison Thomas Lopabray. I'm widowed, I'm retired, have 2 children, and I'm living the good life. I was an office manager for Environmental Alternatives Foster Family Agency.
Hello, my name is Joan Rudolph Brimmer. I'm an RN, and I've been an RN for many, many, many years. I have 2 great sons. One's a great big boss at Contra Costa County, and the other one makes surfboards.
All right.
Oh, so awesome.
It looks like you had long hair in high school. Have you always had long hair?
Always, all my life.
Never tempted to cut it off?
Nope. Nope. Not at all. And it's all real, too.
Let's see.
Yeah. A little gray, yes, but not that much.
Hi, I'm Bev Vic Vonfeld. I kept both V's. I'm still at the end of the alphabet. I live in Yakima, Washington. I've been married to my husband for 36 years, I think. I'm retired from Hewlett Packard, and I have a daughter.
Now, tell me how you think you're different today than you were back in 1964. Has your personality changed, or do you feel like you're the same person as you've always been?
I'm more confident. Now I really don't care what people think about me.
I am so secure in everything I do. I have to be because I'm a charge nurse, and so I help people, and I do a lot of good stuff in the world, and I'm very blessed.
Oh, back in high school I was a wallflower. Didn't know anybody. Now I'm just having a good time.
Okay, I'm much more confident than I was before because I wasn't. And yes, and I am enjoying the life, and I'm very blessed too. Right now in my life, I'm very happy.
Gary Townsend, Spanish Fort, Alabama.
How long have you lived in Alabama?
32 years.
Steve Waldy, Discovery Bay, California.
Vicki Reamer, Castro Valley.
Mark Height, Wilton, California.
Brian Richards, still in Castro Valley.
Now, Brian, when you think back about your days at Castro Valley High School, what do you remember the most about those years? Was it the cars, the sports, the girls, the teachers?
The sports. I wasn't worth a darn in sports. But the cars were a lot of fun, and I had a Vespa, and I used to drive everybody around and drive everybody home. It was a lot of fun.
Probably I was with the surfer crowd and shooting to Santa Cruz on the weekends. That's where we spent most of our time.
I always liked the rally, working on the floats and doing all the cheers and going to homecoming.
Probably the swim team, Gary and I both.
Who was your swim coach, do you remember?
Started out with Bob Eustace and then Bob Haywood.
That's right. Yep, I remember with Steve, and we walked to school together, and once we were old enough, I had a 55 Chevy, and I'd cruise the strip.
Well, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I went in the service, and then when I came out, I went into sales, so it was good for me.
Did you ever get married?
Oh, yeah. I got married. I've been married 38 years.
Any kids?
Yeah, I got 2 kids and I got 2 grandchildren.
What's one of your hobbies now that you're retired?
Well, I like to hunt and fish, so I do quite a bit of that.
Yeah, I enlisted in the Marines, and I thought I would make that a career until they sent me to a jungle in Southeast Asia twice, and I said, I don't want a career like this. So I got out and I went into politics to try and change stuff.
Liberal or conservative?
I had a D after my name, small d, you know.
Did you ever get married, kids?
Oh yeah, married, 2 daughters, and I now have 4 grandchildren.
Okay, I thought I'd be a teacher, and then I tried substituting, and when the kids were jumping out the window, I decided that wasn't for me. So, yeah, I was mostly a homemaker, and now I work at the adult school.
Last thing I ever thought I would do, graduating from high school, would be a teacher. And I ended up teaching for 37 years.
Good for you.
At what level did you teach?
I taught high school, both traditional high school and continuation high school.
And after going on to college, graduated from college, went on to law school, graduated, thought I would practice law, was offered a job as a bank, and I've been a bank president for the last 30 years. Family, yep. Been married for 41 years, actually, to 4 different women. And the latest one, 3 years. And 1 daughter out of it, 1 granddaughter out of it, and great life.
You have kids?
I have 2 boys, and my wife has 2 girls. Between the 4 of us, there's 6 grandchildren.
Oh, Susan Fassler O'Farrell, and I've been married to Bill for 20 years. We live in Sacramento, and we have 2 grandkids. Well, no, we have about 8 grandkids, 2 of which are in Sacramento. And
retired from what?
Oh no, I'm not retired. I still work. Insurance.
Do you think your husband Bill is going to be jealous when he sees his arm around you?
No.
I'm Chuck Bailey, formerly Chuck Bailey. I live in San Lorenzo, married, 4 children, 6 grandchildren, semi-retired, semi-work.
What kind of work?
Construction loan inspector.
Sandy Frary Hammond. Let me see. I live in Sonoma.
Yes, I did.
I have 2 daughters and I have 6 grandkids. 5 girls and 1 boy. I've been retired about 6 years. Napa State Hospital. I'm just enjoying my life. It's great.
David Scholes. I live in Brentwood. I taught high school in Danville for 33 years. Retired 10 or 11 years ago. And I have a daughter living in New York that I visit frequently. And 4 grandchildren. And what else do you want to know?
Being a teacher, what's the biggest difference of kids now from when you went to school?
Well, the kids are in control of the school now, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
And back then, it was not that way.
I'm Joanna Cameron Holland. I have 2 sons and 2 granddaughters. I never have retired. I worked at Canyon as a teacher's aide for 13 years with severely handicapped kids. And now I have my own business. I'm a long arm quilter and I make one-of-a-kind t-shirt quilts. There.
One more question. Who are some classmates you still keep in touch with today? Is there anyone you still email, see on a regular basis?
Ray Bridgman, I see him and his wife all the time. In fact, his wife and I go to quilting shows and guilds, and we go out to dinner a lot and that kind of stuff. Okay?
David?
Yeah, I check in with Gail Zimmer every so often. She doesn't live very far from me.
I check in with Joni Rudolph and with Dennis Durr.
Oh, Dennis, yeah.
I communicate with Tim Brady once in a while.
I haven't seen anybody for over 20 years.
All right, hi, I'm Phil Todd, and this is my good friend Mike here. We grew up in grammar school together and went through high school. I live in Sacramento right now.
You retired from what?
I'm not retired. They won't ever retire real estate people. I'm still in the business, so keep the escrow open, you'll never die.
Any kids?
2 boys.
How long's Mike had long hair?
Oh, Mike has had long hair as long as I can remember. A long time.
Yeah. Well, obviously, if I'm his good friend, Bill Todd's my good friend. We dissected frogs together, got in trouble together, fought together.
Did you ever date the same girl?
I don't know. Did we ever compare notes?
Yeah, he was doing my girlfriend.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Probably so. But
and that girlfriend was?
There we go. We'll leave her nameless. What did you retire from, Mike?
I was a farmer. Retired 18 years ago.
Ever been married?
Once.
Any kids?
13. Oh, no. We only got 3 kids, 13 grandkids, and 3 great-grandkids. And I'm still married to the old broad after 50 years.
Good for you, man.
Jim Gomez.
And you live in?
Castro Valley. Christine Leister, Castro Valley.
Craig Williamson, Hayward.
Are you the tallest guy in the class?
You know, I don't think so. I think there was somebody taller than me, but I don't see him here tonight.
Jim Kumaro, Mesa, Arizona.
Now, guys, think back about your days in high school for a second. I want each of you... Oh, where do you live, Mike?
Sterling, Alaska.
Came all the way out for tonight?
Yeah.
That was the main reason? All right.
Came all the way out.
You said Alaska?
Well, yeah, I went outside. That's what we call it in Alaska. We go outside to see the lower 48.
Okay, guys, tell me one story about your years in high school. Something you remember about a car you drove, a teacher you had, a sport you played, a girl you dated. One story, Jim, about those high school years.
Well, I can't tell you about the teacher I had because then she'd get in trouble. Oh, it was just a lot of good times. Good parties.
Oh, I still think about the time my cousin fell out of my buddy's car and his feet were on the seat and he was barfing in the gutter. So,
who's your cousin?
Rob Curry.
All right, I remember hearing about JFK's death and the chaos it caused and what class I was in and where I went to tell my friend Jim here about it, and how our teacher at the time, Donna Russell, said, "Oh, you're just being another jerk again." You know, I was always sort of a class clown, and she kind of tried to kick me out, and I said, no, this is true.
Are you still a little bit of a clown, or have you grown up?
No, I haven't grown up.
I remember a math teacher who wore the same clothes for 38 days. The reason I know that is because the girls kept track of it, and so
that was a hell of a time.
Yeah, it was.
We set the garbage cans on fire quite often.
I didn't know they used to
Set
do
a
that.
waste paper basket in the classroom, once on fire by accident. Hell, you'll have to remember the rest of it.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to be real clean and say I really enjoyed the Spartan rallies that we had. We had the big fires, and everybody paraded for the main football game of the season. That was a wonderful time for all of us. So, go Spartans.
Hey, guys, tell me a couple things you've done since high school that you're proud of today.
Well, I've been married to the same good woman for 48 years now, and I finally got my bachelor's degree, so that's about it.
What kind of career did you have?
Computer programmer.
What's one hobby today for fun?
Golf.
Oh, the fact that I've survived and still have a great attitude about everything, so.
Good for you.
Have you always had a great attitude?
Not when I was younger, but now that I'm older, a very good attitude, you betcha.
What kind of career did you have?
I'm still doing on fire sprinklers, to contracting, yeah.
Married?
Yeah.
What's one of your hobbies for fun?
I work on cars.
What kind of cars do you have?
Right now I've got a 74 Chevy pickup I'm working.
I'm proud of my family, you know, my wife, our kids, my granddaughter. They're just really wonderful. We have a great time together. I'm hoping my son his girlfriend is moving in with him in the next week or so, and I'm hoping soon that will consummate itself, so to speak.
So you like her?
Oh, she's winner hands down, yeah. A beautiful lady, just very nice.
What was your career?
I'm in the printing industries. I do work for Levi Strauss, Dockers.
Yeah, I'm proud of my 3 kids and, well, grandkids. Well, I'm still in healthcare finance. I'm a consultant, work with hospitals.
I'd have to say most proud of my wife, who's been with me, married for almost 50 years, and we were engaged 4 years before that. I'm proud that we had 3 beautiful kids, proud that we had 13 grandkids, proud that we got 3 great-grandkids, and that's quite an accomplishment that my wife stayed with me all that long. She's a hell of a nice gal.
Is that your accomplishment or hers?
I don't know how she tolerated me all these years, but she's still there.
Oh, let's see. Well, of course, we're all proud of our family. I got 2 great boys, grandchildren, a lot of fun, granddaughters. I have a water ski park that I built 35 years ago. We're still operating that, and it's a tournament facility, so we enjoy it. And I still slalom ski at my age. It's a little bit of a challenge, but it's a great sport.
I'm John Palmer, and I live in Moraga sometimes, and sometimes in Washington, and sometimes in Hawaii. I'm a retired Army Lieutenant Colonel, and I'm a retired airline pilot. So,
and married, kids?
Twice married. I got it wrong the first time. And now married to another girl who went to Canyon High School and have a stepdaughter.
Is she here tonight?
No.
So does that mean you're allowed to flirt?
I'm always allowed to flirt. I just can't get caught.
Hi, I'm Jerry Gaya. I'm married. I have 8 grandkids. I live in Concord, and I'm retired. I was a mechanical contractor for 20 years, and I'm finally done with that.
What's one of your hobbies today for fun? What do you do?
Boating, fishing, and woodworking.
Hi, I'm Sherry Beyer Johansson. I'm married, no children, no grandchildren. We're animal activists. We rescue Cocker Spaniels. We have 4 currently. That's it.
How fun. I'm Doug Hughes. I'm married, second time, got 3 children, 1 granddaughter. My wife Jackie is here with me tonight. I'm still an active real estate broker in Lake County, California, up north. And not quite retired, but having a great time being here.
Are you introducing Jackie to some of your old girlfriends?
I have, but
Does she get jealous?
Very selective on the introductions.
Now, is there anybody not here tonight from your class that you really miss, that you wish you could have seen? Can you think of any friends that didn't make this one?
I was expecting to see Ron Souza here, and his envelope is on the table, but for some reason he didn't make the show.
I think we've all been looking at the page of people who have passed, and it's been quite a shock. A lot of people since the last time.
Who were a couple of your good friends in high school?
Everybody. Heidi, Kathy Gall, Chris, this whole group.
Yeah, Mark Scanlon wasn't able to make it. He was supposed to be here, but for some reason couldn't make it. And I was looking forward to seeing Ron Souza also.
Rich Bodden and Terry May.
Yeah, my name is George Lester. I live in San Pablo.
And George, who's this guy over here?
This is my good friend Alan Glasser.
Who you've known for a long time,
I've
right?
known
Since
for
elementary school, 3rd, 4th, 1st grade.
60 years.
Yeah, at least
60 years.
Yeah, at least that long.
Yeah.
And where do you live, Alan?
I live in Rancho Cucamonga, Southern California.
If you guys could go back and relive those high school days, do you wish you would have done something a little differently? Like maybe you would have studied more, dated more girls, played sports? Anything that you regret, Alan, thinking back about those years?
No. I mean, you maybe got a little smarter, worked a little harder at school. The dating girls, play sports, I did that all, yeah.
What kind of car did you drive?
55 Ford, came out of Arizona as a cop car.
And you played sports, you said?
Yeah, football and wrestles.
How was your football team?
We were good. We won 1 championship in the 3 years I played, and that was 4 years varsity wrestling.
What would you change?
I think I would have probably gone to more football games than I did, because I especially liked watching the cheerleaders. That was my favorite part.
Me too.
Any cheerleader in particular that you liked?
Janice Bebo. Yeah.
She was just right next
Yeah,
to
she
you.
was just here.
One more question, guys. Alan, when you got out of high school, what was going through your mind? What did you want to do? Did you do what you thought or something different?
No, but I started working with my dad as a union carpet layer, so I did that for 30 years, and that was good. I worked every day with my dad for about 8-9 years before he retired. So it was a good trade for me.
Is your dad still around?
No, he died in 2000.
Miss him?
Yeah, we were good friends. He's a good guy.
Did you have any kids?
I have 3 kids. I have the oldest boy is Gary Allen, Robert Edward, Gina Louise, and she's the youngest at 44.
And how about you, George? What did you want to do out of high school?
Well, originally I thought I was going to join the service. That didn't work out. I started going to college, and then I got romantically involved and ended up getting married at 19. So, yeah, that kind of squashed all my plans. And then I got drafted after that, refused induction, and went to Canada. So, yeah, things didn't actually turn out like I had planned at all. So,
I'm just curious. So if you go to Canada, how long is it until you come back into the country?
well, when Gerald Ford declared the general amnesty in 1973, because he pardoned Nixon, first of all, and then, so I didn't...
Is that a happy day for you?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I didn't come back for another 10 years, but I was thinking about Canadian citizenship, and then I realized that really I didn't want that. So,
what kind of career did you have?
Baker, lifelong. Worked in bakeries, owned bakeries. Yeah.
You still working?
No, retired 2.5 years ago.
What's one of your hobbies you do for fun?
Playing harmonica, and I love working for Save the Bay, and I love going out clubbing and dancing all the time. So.
Okay, Bob Wallace, Mountain View, California.
Hi, I'm Phyllis Rose Granado, I guess. And I'm from Modesto.
Susan Kerr from Larkspur.
Sharon Morjic Lyman from Danville.
Jake O'Leary, and they call me Jake from the lake. And the lake is Lake Tahoe.
You don't have to answer this if you can't think of anything, Susan and Sharon, but is there anybody not here tonight from your class that you miss? Any friends you wish you could have seen at this reunion?
Quite a few, I can't say.
Penny Peak, we miss her tonight.
Vivian Duff, Don Oakes, Pat Cartwright, Don Holtorf.
Yeah, both Vivian and Penny. We miss them.
I'm retired and having fun. And Lake Tahoe is the greatest place in the world.
No, I'm working, and I'll retire the day after I die.
Where do you work?
I work for a couple restaurants. I do the accounting for 2 restaurants in Walnut Creek and Brentwood.
Any kids?
I have 4 children and 9 grandchildren. 9 grandchildren. I won the prize.
Well, I'm semi-retired. I still have my clothing business that I love, and it's lots of fun dressing up people. I'm single and happy, and I live in Modesto, and I have 1 daughter and 3 grandchildren.
I'm a consultant in the games industry, and I'm married. I have 3 children and 6 grandchildren.
Come on in.
Yeah, try it again. There we go. There you go. It's a celebration. Celebration times, come on. Let's celebrate. Oh my God. Here we go, everybody.
Nice to have a little pause in the song. You've been so good to me. You've been so good to me. Here we go. You know you make me wanna lift my head up and shout, put my head back and shout. Come on now, shout, come on now, shout, come on now, shout, come on now, shout. Take it easy, shout, take it easy, shout, take it easy.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. I hate to leave you, I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Baby, I just can't get right. Well, I hate to leave you, baby. Don't mean maybe, because I love you so. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Mother, oh, and your father like it if I stay here too long. One kiss